doing an in-depth of Chrome from beginning to the end, like, and as much as I can cover. But everything I'm going to say today, don't try to understand, especially for you that are using this thing for the first time. Don't try to understand everything, but try and just absorb the information. There's a reference material in the sense that you have access to the reference material where you can check some recordings of that I've done about some basic things you need to know about Chrome. When you are logging in to Chrome, so I saw that some people are trying to log in. Don't log in with your email and password. Always log in from your Google Mail. Like, make sure you are logged into your Gmail and sign in with your Gmail. You get. So now I want to start it from scratch. And before I start, because for the sake of those people who are just seeing this for the first time, see, there are many design softwares out there. There are many tools. See, this is a tool. What we want to do here is a tool. In my subsequent class with some of you, I will see delve into some other things that I'm not going to say in this class. But this is not going to design for you. You see, you have to know what to do. You have to know how to design. You have to understand design. And design is a continuous process. It's not something that you learn once and for all. You get. But the computer is not going to design for you. You get. There's no amount of innovation that we do in AI. Human beings are still in charge of everything. And if you decide to follow even the computer or AI, just follow them, you're not going to be innovative. You're not going to do something creative. So it's a tool for you. It's not going to do the work for you. It's a tool. So there are different CAD tools. We call it CAD. There's no board here. We'll be writing something. But there's what we call computer-aided design. That's CAD. So generally, people will say AutoCAD, CAD. Whenever you hear person say, you do AutoCAD, CAD, they are referring to you drawing on the computer. But there is one most popular software called AutoCAD, which is a particular software that people use to draw. But generally, when people say CAD, they are referring to any software they use to draw. So Chrome 2 now is a CAD software. Do you get it? It's a CAD software because it's computer-aided design. It's a design that you use your computer to do. This is what I am using. So there are other software, and they are also fantastic. So I'm not trying to downplay other design tools that you have. You get, there are other softwares. But from my own experience, you get, I went to architectural school and I've used some of those traditional software. From my own experience, I came to the conclusion that this is one of the best to use, especially for interior design projects. I personally came to that conclusion, and that's what I have been using. And I also come to that conclusion that there's nothing that you want to do as far as interior design is concerned that you cannot do on this software. The fact that you cannot do it doesn't mean it cannot be done. The fact that I cannot do it doesn't mean it cannot be done. So that's the mentality I want you guys to have. So that's the way it is. It's just that it is what you know that determines what you can do. It doesn't mean it cannot be done. So there are different CAD tools out there. There's a lot of them, and I'm going to share some of that. But the reason I personally, this is what I am using to do my designs. That is why I am introducing it to anybody who comes around to learn from me. This is the interface of Chrome. This is how it looks like. So let me just take a quick glance of everything that is here. Now, these are just normal things you use: file, save, undo, redo. You get, these are some toolkits I'll show you. These images and video. This is where you capture. This is where you capture stuff. This is where you capture your images and your video. This is your gallery. When you have rendered, that's what we call render. Render means when you make a space look realistic, the way you to be when it has been furnished. We use the word render. So this is your gallery. If I click here now, you see all the picture, all the renderings I've done for that project to be here. Now this is where you do things like drawings, where you have that's what we call shop drawings or construction drawings. Drawings that comes with measurement, that shows the dimensions that you give to your carpenter or someone that want to execute your job. You can generate these things from here. But you have to be using a pro. So this software comes with a basic and a pro feature, yes. So there's a lot you can do with the basic. There's more that you can do with the pro. Now, traditionally, most of these softwares that we have these days, that's the way they are. Though sometimes because we're in Nigeria, most people use pirated copy of these things. But so I want you guys to have the mindset that design is not free. Design is something that costs you. You get what I'm trying to say? It costs you. Primarily, you use a laptop to do design, or a computer, or whatever device. Secondarily, you might have to even use a subscription. That all these other traditional software too, Revit, and they're also like they're not free. They are paid, and most of them are not done in Nigeria. They're not produced by Nigeria, so they are paid. They are in dollars. But sometimes people find their way to use pirated copy of these things. But obviously, if you use pirated copy, you cannot be say because you use pirated copy not charge your client for that. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you start thinking like this, the earlier the better, so that you are able to put premium on your service. Design is not free. If you decide to do it for free for a client, that's at your own discretion. Maybe because of what you want to gain from the client, because of your relationship. But design is not free. Not even talk about subscription or anything. It's time consuming. Honorary mood board, honorary to come up with inspiration and ideas, is time consuming. So if you are spending time doing anything for anybody, you deserve to be paid for that thing. That is the way design works. If you are spending time, if you are not even spending, you are not buying anything, but you are spending your time, you deserve to be paid. Now, how much more if you are now even paying for service to use your laptop or your that? So, but if you decide say you want to use the basic feature, you will still have some things. It's not by force. People that have made this, they also want to make it flexible. There's a whole lot you can do so with the basic. One of my learners shared screenshot to me what he did for one of his clients, and it was just the basic that he didn't render. And the client said, let's go ahead. That was what the client was okay with that. You get. But if you want to go as far as other features, you use the Pro. And so you have the public library and floor plan. The public library has a whole lot of. It's like a library where you have books. Yeah, it's not books that you have. You have models. We call it models. You have different things that you need. Like I used to tell people here that there's nothing that you need in a building. There's nothing that you need in a space that you not find there. Mention anything, even your phone, your laptop, even this thing. I don't know maybe they've put this. What do you call this? AirPod. Maybe we'll find it here. What do you call this thing? Yeah, let's check whether we'll see it there. Because I like to check for things that are not really. Let's check for it. It's there. Can you see? You can just search. If you don't know where things are, you can search. So let me now start from scratch. So if you want to start a new project from scratch, most time it will bring you here when you open your workspace. You go to your file and you click on new. It will bring you here. When it brings you here, you have all your designs will be here. You can open your design if you have a design, or you start from scratch here.
So where did you go to? File.
New, file, new. You go to file and you click on new. It will bring you here. Okay. Then you now click on draw from scratch. Okay. That's how you start a new project. And once you click on draw from scratch, immediately save it and give it a name. Just click on save. Because if you don't do that, you'll be having untitled. So you just click on save immediately, even though without drawing anything, just click on save. It will prompt you to type in the name of that project. Of recent, I noticed that if you are using basic version, you cannot open more than 3 projects. But the beauty of it is that once you are done with a project, you can delete it and create another one if you don't want to use the Pro. Then also, the drawing space you have for one project is very large. You can have multiple floor plans it's so big that you can have multiple things there. Now, some of you, it will take you, I don't know, are you using 4.0? So if you just log in, so you type in the name of the project, maybe the Pro is project tests. You click save.
And this one says you have to do a floor plan first.
Yes, that's what it's telling me too, Ms. Mountain. So the difference between mine and yours is that you are what we call 4.0. I'm using a 5.0 version because so there's what we call 4.0. So can you see? It's same near back to 4.0, but obviously nobody wants to go back. I'm using 5.0. That is not about basic or premium. It's just a design, just like iPhone 16, iPhone whatever you get. It's a version. So, but you can ask them to upgrade you to 5.0. They're not going to cost you anything. You come here and chat with their robot, chat with them and say, kindly upgrade me to 5.0. They're going to respond to you, a robot will respond to you, but you will say, I want to speak with an agent. At the end of the day, they will tell you that you should drop your email address. Within 24 hours, they will upgrade you to 5.0. Once this image that you are seeing here change to an image of a human being, you know that you are relating with a real person. So you tell them that I want to upgrade to 5.0. Then they will say within 24 hours. So they will do it. So the next time you now restart your system and you'll be in 5.0. So 5.0 has some nice features than 4.0. So if you're using a 4.0, your interface might not look like my own. Let me move on. So what we want to do now is that let's now draw out this boardroom from beginning to the end. Yes, let's draw out this boardroom from the beginning to the end. The first thing you need to do, which I will go into more details. Can I use your book? Can I use your book? Yes. The first thing you need to do, you need to sketch out what you want to do. So I will dwell on that more in the class, in our subsequent class, because I don't want to spend more time trying to draw. You need to draw out what you want to do. So I'm going to sketch out this space now, and just watch me do it. You get? So you sketch out using your pencil, your file. You just draw the walls representing use line. So I'm going to draw this wall now, representing a line. This is this wall. A line. I'm going to draw this wall representing a line. That's how you draw. You draw this wall representing a line. That's how you draw. That's how you draw. I've drawn this one like that. That's how it's done. So now I'm going to note my door. So it depends on you. Everybody have the way they notify the represent doors. So you can use the normal sign we use for door. You can do like this. But if you cannot do that like my own, you can just do a circle. You can put a circle here and say this is a door. Whatever works for you, whatever you understand. Don't be too rigid on yourself. Just know what you are representing. So that's a door. It's flush with the wall. That's another door. It's flush with the wall. Right? Then I come here. There's a window here, right? So I can just use this to represent the window. I can do like this. Just to show that there's a window there. Right? And there's a window here. You get? This is how we do. This is how we sketch floor plan. That's all. Then you now have maybe a projection here. You can just put it here, somewhere here. You just use your eye to gauge it, the distance. That okay, so there's something here that comes out here, and you have maybe some cabinets here, whatever. So that's it. The alternative, which I will also demonstrate to you guys, you can ask for floor plans from the architect or from anybody. It's a document that comes with anybody that buys the property or anything. There's no building that doesn't have a floor plan, especially if it's a new building. If it's not a very, very old building, they will have the architectural drawings. So you can tell them to send that to you in PDF. When they send that to you, I will show you how you can export it and bring it here and trace it out. Yeah. So that one is even the cheapest and the fastest way of exporting your drawing. They will send you the architectural drawings, most times in PDF, and you can bring it here and trace it out. Yeah, and that one without you going to the site, without taking measurements. So that can be done. To do this one. Now you pick your wall. The principle of home is that when you want to perform a task, you click to start that task. You click to end the task. So to pick this wall now, I will click on the wall. I will click on straight wall. When I click on straight wall, it will take the command. It has carried the command. That's why it's plus sign. It has carried it's telling you that you want to draw wall. You want to draw. Where do you want? It's not asking you. See, look at my mouse. See my mouse. See my mouse. It's moving. It's asking me where. I'm not clicking on anything. I'm just doing my mouse. Can you see? It's just telling me where do you want to draw the wall. It's asking for my permission. It's asking for my permission. Where do I want to draw the wall? I'm carrying a wall command. Now, if I don't want to draw a wall again, I can press escape or right click on my mouse. I can press escape on my keyboard. I press escape. So it has become a cursor. That means it's telling me I'm not drawing a wall again. That's the meaning of that. I'm back to normal. So this is what you do when you are trying to do one task to another task. So when you start drawing a wall and you are done, you can end it. Maybe you want to do something else. You have to escape or you right click on your mouse. So I'll go back again and pick it again. I want to pick the wall again. Pick it the wall. So I'm already. I think it's loading. That's why it's supposed to change to plus sign. Maybe I've not clicked on it very well. Click. Yeah, it has changed. So you can see. And see, as I click, it's showing me draw a wall. You can see. So it's already carrying the command. So I remember those days when we started learning one of the first popular CAD software that we call AutoCAD. It's the same principle. So they call it command prompt. So you need to be when you are working on things like this, it's not difficult. Be checking it's like that, and that's the way computer works generally. When you input, check what the computer is saying. By clicking on the wall and showing that the computer is already responding to you by showing you all of these things. It's telling you that, do you want to draw a regular wall or a custom wall? A regular wall is a normal wall, that is normal wall from floor to ceiling. A custom wall means that the wall will not be a wall that will get to the ceiling. Maybe you want to make it a dwarf wall or so. But if you don't press anything here and you draw, you're already drawing a regular wall. And these are the features of that regular wall. If you're not satisfied with it, you can change it before you start drawing the wall. Or you can change it after you draw the wall, whichever one. But it's showing you the feature of that wall already. See, it's saying you is an internal wall, perpendicular, enable. Now, perpendicular is not enable. Perpendicular means that you want the walls to be either straight or vertical. You don't want the wall to go bent. You don't want it to be bent. You don't want it to go inclined. So if I don't check this wall, if I don't check this icon, it means any wall I draw, I can make it. It can either go straight, it can go any direction. But if I click on enable of this perpendicular, it means I can only draw vertical and horizontal wall. I can't draw it, and let me show you that. Let me show you what I mean. So this is what I mean. If I don't click on, say I didn't click on enable, right, of perpendicular. So let me just go ahead of everything. I will now show you that. Height is 280, 2800. That's the default height of the wall. That's Chrome default height. You can change it if you are not okay with it. But you have to stick to one edge. We call that thing headroom. That is the height of a wall from floor to ceiling. It's called headroom. Typically, in a typical building, it's supposed to be 3 meters. That's the standard people do today. Even now, people are even trying to even go higher. People like, if you guys are visiting all those new buildings, you see them very high. Like people don't want the roof because of what? And because of yes, and people like to feel. People don't want as if the building want to sit down on you. So people like, if you see very luxury apartments, they won't be so high that they can be as high as high. So the higher, the luxurious, because you are spending more money buying blocks and all of that if you go high. So, but now most new buildings that I see today, they go high. This is a very, very good height. I think this should be about 2.8. Let's check this height of this. Now this is floor to ceiling. So note it's floor to ceiling. Let's check the height of this. So this is what I'm trying to say. So now you can decide to stop here if you want to. If you want to use it as a reference point. Sorry. Or you can just go up. So this is 2.7. Guys, this is 2.7, 270. You get 2.7. Now that 2.8 is a bit higher. So this is 2.8. I'm coming. So this is 2.8. Where I am now is 2.8. So this is about, it's like 2.85, thereabout. That's the headroom of this space. So that's typically what you get in most buildings. 2.7, 2.8. Some you even get 3 meters. You get. So that is what this is telling you. It's telling you that. So if you're not okay with it, you can change it before you even start drawing. Separate room, yes. Basic, non-low, thickness 240. That's the thickness of the wall. You can leave it at that one. You don't need to tamper with it and all of that. So, but this is one of the key things I want you to note. This enable. Now, you know, this enable is not check, Abby. It means that I can draw any kind of wall. Let me show you what you mean. So I can draw. To draw, you click to start. You click at any point. I've not clicked now. You click to start. I've clicked like that. It's asking me where do I want to go now. It's asking me where do I want to go. Do I want to go this way? Do I want to go? I'm the one controlling with my mouse. I'm not clicking. I've clicked already. So I'm just moving my mouse. I'm moving my mouse like this. So the reason why I can move it to any corner is because I did not enable perpendicular. That's why I can go any direction. So let me zoom closer again. Zoom closer. Use your mouse to zoom closer. To check what it looks like. Can you see the way I'm zooming closer? I can see clearly. And those grid lines, this is what we call grid line. These are grid line. You see they are bigger. If I go away, let me go away with my mouse. See, this is what we call zooming out. You must know how to do these things with my mouse. See, it's smaller, the thing is smaller because I'm like that. You guys use Google Map now. That's just like the way Google Map is. You can zoom in your Google Map now. You can zoom out. Maybe you're trying to locate somewhere on the map. You can zoom out. You can zoom in. That's what I'm doing. So when you zoom, when you zoom in, the place will be bigger. When you zoom out, it will be smaller. And you'll be able to see a wider thing. But when you zoom in, if I zoom in now, it will be small. I'm zooming in. You get? Now, this thing is showing me the dimension. It's showing me the dimension of what I'm trying to do. Am I going in this way? But let me click on perpendicular now. Let me click enable perpendicular. You see that I cannot go inclined again. I can only go straight or this. But let me uncheck it again so you see the difference. I can go down, you can see I can do this. But if I click perpendicular, so most times you might be needing this. If you are doing a straight walls, you might need to need this because it's when you pick this, that's when you will not be able to go sideways. If you are using 4.0, it's a bit different. So the features are up there. It's called orthogonal. When you check orthogonal, you can't go inclined. When you uncheck it, you can go. But in 5.0, this is how it looks like. Are we together? So now you draw. You enter the dimension of what you want to put. Maybe you want to go by 5,000. Type 5,000. Enter. So let me just do this wall. So I have this wall. What is my dimension? Oh yeah, please help us. So I want to draw out this space now on floor plan. I want to draw the walls. So that's the first thing you do. You draw walls. Let me do for this room now. So what is that length? So I want to draw this room now. So I'll just start from here.
7,200.
7,200, right? So I'll type, as I'm moving my mouse, I'll just type 7,200. Enter. I've drawn 7,200. I'll move again to this place, right? 6,000, right? 6,000.
Yes.
Enter. I've drawn it. I move again. Obviously, it's going to end here. And it's going to be showing you that you want to end here. You end. But now, don't worry. I'll come to that difference. So I'll close it up. I've drawn the room. Now, because of this, maybe this distance, I didn't measure it now. This distance from here to here, where that thing now recesses. From here to here, I'll measure it because this place is different from that place. So maybe from here to here, it's like, if this is 7.2, I can make this place maybe 2 meters. So it means that from 2 meters, I can draw anywhere and I can just draw anywhere. Or you can even mark it from here and say, you can just come after 2 meters. 2 meters, it looks too small, but let me use 2.4. So maybe after 2.4, I'll just be gauging it. Let me start here. I can just later. I move by. Maybe that depth is 600. I'll type 600. Enter. I will now go again and close it. Now, I didn't get it perfectly well. I can move it. Escape. When you are done drawing, let me just, can you see? Escape. When you are done drawing, escape. I can drag the mouse and move it. I can drag that wall and just move it to align. Then this wall, I can just delete it. I can delete it. If you delete this one, everything will go. So you have to do what we call splits. If you come here, you see that option of splits. You now come to the place where you want to split it. You click on that wall. Escape when you are done. You click on this and you click delete. It goes. So, once you are drawing, you must know how to escape. Once you draw something, once you are done with a task, once you are done something, you escape. Once you are doing something and you want to do another thing, you need to escape. You need to press escape to be able to do another thing. Or you right-click on your mouse. You get? So, okay, let me, so this is a wall. This is the wall right now. Am I very correct? Okay, let me now draw this one that comes out a bit. Abi? This small projection. Or, okay, to do this one now, if you want to do this one now, you can, if I want to make this look more real for you, it means that this will have to go in a bit. Or I can just make this one come out. Or to make it more realistic for you, just draw something on here and just bring it out a bit. Escape. When you're done, you press escape. You click on it again, you drag it down. Just to make it look real for you guys to understand. You have to look like what is happening here. Yeah. So this is what is happening. So I've been able to draw the outline of this room like that. Which is the basic thing you do whenever you are drawing. And you can see the preview. You can see the preview of the 3D. Once you have drawn a close-up wall, it will show you the square meter of the space. So that's the basic thing. That's the basic thing. That's where you start working. Draw a wall. And you must close it up. Like you must not have something like this, where this one, let me drag this one out and show you what I'm saying. This wall, let me bring it down. Can I even do that with this? They're already kissing each other. But okay, let me delete it and show you what I'm trying to say. So I click on this wall. So when you click on an item, it shows you different options. Whether you want to duplicate, split, we show you whatever you can do with it. Let me delete it and let me do it again. I want to draw this wall again. Can you see when I delete it, the floor went away? Why? Because it is not close up. But if I draw it again, let me not do it. I'll do it very close, but you'll not join it. You will see. Let me draw it closer. So you now have this. Can you see that it didn't touch? Because of that, it did not draw my floor. It did not close it up for me. So every wall must connect. If it doesn't connect, it will not create a floor for you automatically. So I have to make it connect. It has to touch it. So I can move it again. I can move it. I can drag it to touch. You click on that one and you move it. You drag it up. You see, it's already connected. So once it connects, it will give you a floor and a ceiling. So when you come to this 3D, you're able to see what I'm saying. See, this is this room I've drawn now. That's in 3D. You can see this is the room. This is where we are right now. Without doors and window first, you see, and you navigate, you pan, use your mouse to do this. You left click and drag. You left click and drag. All of these things are in the tutorials I have done. If you need to check them back for the reference purpose. But I can drag. Can you see the way I'm dragging? I'm moving with my mouse, left click and drag. I'm checking the entire room. So notice I did not draw a floor and I did not draw a ceiling. I only drew walls. So the computer automatically generates the floor and the wall for you. I come back to 2D to see the floor. I go back to 3D to see how it looks like. When I'm in 3D, it is showing me the 2D here. When I'm in 2D, it will be showing me the 3D. I can still be checking the 3D here. And I can still be checking it here if I want to come and check it here. It will look more real. When I'm checking it here, it will be showing me floor plan. When I'm checking it here, it will be showing me 3D here. And anytime you move to 3D like this, it automatically moves you to the public library. So you can go, if you are not done with the public, if you are not done drawing your floor plan, you can go back to your floor plan and continue. Maybe you have other walls that you want to draw. Maybe you want to draw, for example, I have a corridor out there. Maybe here I have this. That corridor that is outside. That's what I'm trying to draw. You get? I'm just saying. You get? Coming out from here now, I can't imagine how this place looks like. I have this stair wall around here. I can't imagine what it looks like, but let me just draw something imaginary. So I'm drawing, so you can draw as much as possible. And as you are drawing, you are closing. So this is another space. So I'm going to go to the public library and go to construction and look for doors. Or if I don't know where the doors are, I can just type in doors. Like the way I type in airports, and doors will come up. But because I know where doors are, I'll go straight to where they are. So these are different folders where you have things. So you have construction, finishes, furniture, lighting, kitchen, bathroom, decor, appliances, outdoor, commercial. That airport that we chose is somewhere in one of these categories. I don't know where it is now. I don't even know where it is, but it's somewhere in this category. So because everything has been categorized into groups. So, but when you don't know where they are, you can just type in what you are looking for. But because I know where doors are in construction, I also want to show you. So you have doors, you have windows, you have columns, you have a lot of things here. So I'll come to doors. They will show me different types of doors. It will be showing me how they look like. Once I see what I like, just like we did for airport, I'll pick it and drop it. So the door opens somewhere from here. Sorry, this is not even correct. It's at the end, so there'll be a problem here. I have to move that, my wall. I press escape to do this now. because I was carrying door command. If I don't press escape, I cannot drag this door. I have to press escape and make this. I want to make this aligned to this, so that my wall can start from the wall. So I put this there. You get that's that, and I have another door here. What I did though is not even correct. What I did about this passage, it should be somewhere here. Let me move it here. Let me delete this. Just ignore me, don't mind. I'm just trying to make it look a bit free from what happened. I drag this here. Yeah, because the door is somewhere here. This one, I can move it in. So I flush. You move it. Yeah. So I want to put another door.
So
here.
you can see the three views I
now the door I want to put here now,
here.
make it a glass door. So I'm
No,
going to look for
I've
a
gone out
glass
of this
door.
and I came back again. They are still here. Those
You get
three
it. Just
views
look
are
for
still
anything.
here.
There's
If
a lot
I've
of
saved
that
10
door you
views, they
see
will
there
still
with
here.
aluminium
So maybe
frame.
in case I go back again.
You get this.
For
Looks
example,
like
this
it.
work I've not finished this work.
Not perfect.
Maybe I still come again.
But you will see what you are looking for. You have to spend
I put
time
one board
to
here. I
search
put
for it,
TV. I put a
and
lot
you'll
of
find
things.
it.
When I come back again, I will see these views. They will still be there.
Or you can type.
If they are item, they will be there. I just
Or
know
you
that they
can
will be
type
there.
aluminium door.
For example, let me just quickly go and put a TV on that wall.
Aluminium door, glass door. I didn't type it very well. I didn't get the spelling right. So I come here, or let me just say glass door. Glass door. Enter. To show you different glass door. Right? So you look for the one that works with what you are trying to do. Once you see what you like, you just click on it. Let me just pick this and put it there. You press escape. You go again and look for window. You go again and look for window. You just, once you see the window that works with whatever you're trying to do, if this is working, you click on it and you just drop it. You drop it here. These things can be changed, the sizes. You drop another one.
Can you change the color?
Of the window, the frame, yes, you can. You can change them.
How do you do that?
I will show you shortly. So this window now, if I click on it, it shows me the size of the window. Just like we did for that mount. See, that example I showed you about the airport is what you can do for anything. So now this window now, I can change the dimension. You can even see the window here. You can see the window here. I can change the dimension of the window. Width, I can make it, what width do I want to make it to be? Whatever, maybe this is 1.5 or whatever. I can put any length, 1,500, enter, it will be smaller. Can you see? The height of the window is there. I can change it, whatever height of window you want to make it to be. Then the above the ground means what's the distance of the window from the ground. 900 is always the basics for most, like what you are seeing here. But if the window is coming down, it might be shorter. It might be, the above of the ground might be 400. It might be touching the ground. For that kind of window, it means the window will be very high. So the height will be higher than 135. The height might be something like 1,500 to go high. So all of these things can be changed. So this one now you can now copy and place it here. How do you copy? You just click on the object, escape, click on the object and click on duplicate to duplicate, and you can put it anywhere you want to put it. Maybe I want to put it there anywhere. So that's the doors and window. Let me go to 3D so I can see. Can you see now? I have that window there. I have that window here. So I have this space. These arrows are just to move around. And as you are moving, you can see there. This is the space. So this is me standing at the entrance. Standing at the entrance. So can you see that space? Can you see? Yeah. So the basic thing is draw your wall, put your window. See this window? You can decide to make it like this. It's not like this. I'm just trying. You can say, okay, this window, you can see it. If you click on it on 3D, let me click on the window. Click on the window. Let me click on the window. So you have to click on it. It will show you the property of the window. You can change it. Above the ground, 400. You can see if you want to make it 900, you can make it 900. The height of the window is there. You can anything. You are the one controlling this guy. Anything you want to do, you change. 3D, you will see it. You can change. All this floor, you can change. The window is black. I make the window blue. the pane of the window. Even the glass, you can change it to any kind of finish that you want. The glass of the window. The floor, you can change it to anything you want. But the basic thing is that you draw your wall, you measure it, you place your window, and you look at everything. You are the one controlling, you are the one determining what happens. I have this room ready. So this is this part. Let me zoom in. So this is the part that leads outside. This is what I use. This is that part. You can see there. And now this window, let me now change it so that it looks more real like what we have. So I will change. I want to make the above the ground 900, which is the standard. You can see it has gone up. I made it 900. Then the height. So this is like a standard height of a window, really 1,005. But this is not up to that. This should be like 1,200 or 1,000. Let's even measure so that all of us can see. So let's see. This is the height of the window. So okay, this is this height I'm talking about. We call it window sill. Window sill. Height from ground to the. It's always 900 typically, but this one in reality, this one is 950. It gets 950, which is not bad. Sill. But we call it sill height. C-I-L-L. C-I-L-L. They call it sill height. So this is what we call sill height. In this page, it is 950. Now, you can also measure the height of the window itself. The height of the window itself. You can measure it just for you to be more accurate and more realistic with your drawing. You know, if somebody sends you a video now, so you can only assume this height. But if you're on site, it's good to take so that whatever you are proposing will look very real to your clients. So this one is a very small window. This is just a 1,000 window. It's a 1,000 mm window. You get so. Let me make it real now. Now type 1,000 for this window. Now come here and put 1,000 mm. So the window. Can you see the window? It is smaller now. You get what I'm trying to say. Now if I click, see something. If I click apply to the same model, that second window will change to this dimension. If I click on this window that I've adjusted the dimension of this window. Once I click apply to the same model, that second window, which is this one. You know, this one that we did now. Which one we do? Okay, is this one that we are doing now? Let me check. I want to check the one that we are doing. Is this one that we are changing now? We didn't touch this one. This one is still there. It didn't change. Let me show you. So you see what I'm saying. See this one. Can you see that one is there? See the old dimension that is there. So, but if I say apply to the same model, if I click on this and say click on this and say apply to the same model, this window too will change to this dimension. So I don't need to come and be typing its own dimension because they are the same window. You get. So if we have like 40, you said? If I don't say I have to go and change that one, you have to go there and type. These are not the same design because they are the same design of window. So I'll click apply to the same model. You see that window too will have changed to that. Let me use that window will have changed to. Okay, that's that. Can you see it has changed? It has come up a bit. It has changed to this design window. You now start placing things on it, furniture or whatever you want to do, anything you want to do. You now start placing. So, for example, now there are different conference tables. You go to your public library here. I can just search for conference table, conference or table. I'll see a lot of designs. Can you see? There are 166,000 conference table here. And like I used to tell people, whatever is there is what is in vogue, is what is in the market. So there's no designer of conference table that is in the market today that you will not find here. There are 1,600 tables, conference tables here. Different design, different sizes. I pick the table. Now this table, I can adjust it to whatever I like. Check the length. This length is 4.2. It's even longer than this one, but we didn't use the actual dimension of this space. So this is 4.2 by 1.4. You get.
So where's the 1.4 again?
1.4 is the width here. The width. 1.4. You can see 4.2 by 1.4. 7.6. Now, typical. This is a standard height. So you can use it the way it is, or you can adjust it. If you feel that you want to make it longer, you can adjust it. Depending on the way you want to put it. You get. But this height is standard. You can't touch this. You can't play with this one. Because let's check the height of this table. It's typically 750. Okay. Guys, it's typically 750. That's the standard. You can see this is 765. It's 765. It's 762. That's the range of most tables. So this kind of thing, you cannot be tampering with this one. You cannot tamper with this one. You cannot touch this because they are standard height. This one you can change it depending on what you are trying to do in that space. You get what I'm trying to say? You can tamper, you can change this. If you want a longer table, maybe you want to put more people. If you want a longer width, you can change it. Now, I can work with this one now. I can now bring my chairs and see how many chairs this one can take. Or I can go to where they are, which is under office. I can go to the commercial design, office furniture, swivel chair, office chairs. I'll see them here. So I will now look for office chairs that I like. I will now start arranging them. So whether if I like this, I put it. So you know, so now for office chairs, I cannot be adjusting office chair dimension. They come in standard size. I can't because they've been designed for 7.5 by 7.5 by 1. I don't tamper with this. I just take it the way they are. I don't start adjusting because when you adjust it, you have damaged the chair. Because these are standard things that people manufacture from the overall standard size. I can't be adjusting the size of this chair. But I can adjust the size of my table. Because I can say I want to take more people. But chair is one person that will sit down in the chair. But so if I pick, maybe if I like the chair, for example, I can pick and just drop it. And turn it. You get turn it and put it, just put it there. Then you can now start, you can copy, put as much as one, put another one, 2, copy, put another one, 3, copy, put another one, 4, copy, as much as you want till it gets to the end, because you are the one that determined 4, so you can have as much as 5, and you can say okay, you want to make the thing very executive. You can say let me leave it at 4. I can click. When you press Control on your keyboard, you can select everything together. Sorry, it's Shift. You press Shift. You click on the second one. That selected the second one. Click on the third one. Selected the third one. Click on the fourth one. Selected the third one. Click on the fifth one. Everything is selected. So you can move them together. Or you can even group them. If you want to group them in case, you can just press this thing. It will group all of them. All of them will be together. And if you don't want to group them, you can move them. I can move them. I want to make it 4 seats so that there will be space, allowance in the right to the left. Yeah, so I'll make it 4. I will duplicate this and put this by the side here. Because I've grouped. I didn't group them, but I've copied them. They are together. Well, I thought I've already. So I have to go and select them again. So to make it easier for me, I'll just group them. What do you say?
Press Shift and what?
I press just Shift, and I'm now pressing the other one. I'm now because I want to select everything at once. I'm zooming in. My Shift is still pressed too. It must be pressed. I must put your hand on it here. Then I can group. Just because I want to use it again in the other side, I don't want to begin them one by one. I will now plus. When I plus it, it will break the chair here. But you know, I still have to rotate it. I can drop it and now rotate it so that it will face.
Wait, after clicking on the Shift, sorry.
You press the Shift, you press it down while you are clicking on.
After clicking on them, how do you then go?
You will see the option for. It will show you that the first icon. It will show you the option for group, and you can group. So you have this now. So this one now you can put one in front here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this is basically how Chrome works. And from here you can. From here you can now say you want to render. If you not say you want to render, for example, now you can. Okay, can I cancel this? Okay, you can now. So from here, when you are done here, once you are done with everything you want to do, which I'm going to explain further in subsequent class. Once you are done what you do, you now come to where we call images and video, which is here. This is where you capture movement. I'm assuming that we have finished drawing everything we want to draw here. We have done everything. We've put everything we want to do, cutting, everything we want to do. Then you now want to capture views and share with your clients. So we come to this place, video, and most time we use perspective. So when you come to this perspective, you now begin to look for. Now at this point, this is where you now do what we do in real life, which is snapping pictures. This is like you have furnished a space. You now want to. Bolu will understand better. Is the media person here. So this is like as if you have furnished this boardroom. You now want to snap a picture and send to your clients for them to see. That's what we are doing here.
Sorry, can we change the color of the wall?
Yes, anything. I can make it blue. I can make it red. Like, you can do a whole lot. So let me quickly do that quickly. I think I did not mention that, and which I think I need to mention at this foundational level. Now, anything that is here can be changed. Anything at all can be changed. So there's one way to change things. Okay, let me first change. So you can just go to paint, go to public library, even change the walls, go to your finishes. The tiles can be changed here. You can come here and you can change. So these are finishes. You can change anything that you like here. You just drag and drop, it will change. So maybe I want to change it to this kind of tile. I'll just click on it and click on the floor. It will change straight. Just drag and drop. After some few minutes, it will change because it's internet. You can see. For anything I want to change, maybe I want to pick, I'll just click on this and click on the wall. It will change. Am I recording? I'm sorry, I want to record. I want to be sure I'm recording.
Can we use this cone to do like a TV console presentation?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Recording in progress.
Yes, you can. You can. Yes, you can. You can. Yeah, you can do. And you see, this is not even rendered. It's not rendered. So, and this can this alone, just a table in a space can just make a client feel that okay, I think I like the way it looks. I like it. That's just the way it's visually. People have to see things. Whether you go to Pinterest, and the better about Pinterest that Pinterest cannot give you how the space look like. So that is why you need to put the furniture inside the space so that people can feel it. You get what I'm trying to say? So you can do anything, but you can do. And the bit about it is that you can just do this kind of thing that we have done. We can pick another 5 tables and now screenshot this. So what I used to tell, I'll show you guys how I do that. You can screenshot this and put it in a presentation slide. You can have this table in 5 different designs like this and just screenshot your screen and share it with somebody that wants to give you a job to do for them or so. Sometimes it might be that you are not even doing a interior design project per se. Maybe you are just supplying furniture or supplying chairs, but just showing this alone. So at that level now is when you might not want to charge a client for that if you are the one to supply the furniture. But obviously, you're not going to give them like that the design because it's a whole lot of work. So you can show that these are the kind of furniture we can supply for you from our factory. Which one do you like? It makes the conversion easier for the person to say, okay, I like this furniture. You guys can supply me. How much is it? Pay. So it's one of the things that this thing does that it helps you. If you are selling anything, you're not doing an interior project, but you are selling anything that they have in a building. This will make your sales process faster and make your client to quickly. If you are selling anything in a building, whether it's furniture, whether it's rug, whether it's light, or anything at all that is in a building, because by showing how that thing will be in the space, you are helping the customer to make a decision quickly on whether to buy that thing or not. The wall, you can go to paint. You see paint here under paint palette. You just it's under finishes. Under finishes, you see paint palettes under finishes where you have your tiles, flooring, and all of that. You can pick any paint palette and just drop. It will change the color straight. Then, if you want to change one color, maybe just this wall, not the entire wall, you will press Control. So if I press Control, before I click on it, I will press Control. It's telling me now, hold Control to select wall. So if I press Control and select this, only that wall will be selected, not the entire wall. That wall will become red. Okay. So all of these things can be now this table can be changed to any finish that you like. When you click on the table, you click on, this is a mistake. It's supposed to be material editor, because I'm clicking on the conference table now. When you click on this, it will take you to a place where you can edit the material. You can edit the material too of this chair.
So how do you do that?
You click on it and you go to an interface where you can you click on it and you click on something editor.
Okay, why not going to?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to upgrade to get to.
No, you don't need to. You can do it now. It will go now. I've clicked on it. You go to an interface. You see it on finishes now. You're no longer there again. No? You have to refresh. You're in another word. Yeah, another word. You can close it from here, I think.
I'm designing
yeah. I've closed it.
As a restaurant.
Oh, that's great. So you're here now. So when you click on 3D, when you click on, see all the items that you have here, once you click on any of them, click on one of them now. It will give you what we call material editor. That's what it creates me. So when I click on material editor, it will bring you here. Now in this place, this applies to anything at all, whether door, window, anything that you put there that you want to change the texture or the material. You come here and you see a lot of material. These are all the material that you have. You click, go through them. Once you see anyone that you like, you click it and you click the corresponding item. It will change. So for this one now, I can say I want to change the wood. I will come to wood and I will go around and look for any wood that I like. Maybe I want to change it to this color of wood. I'll just click on make sure you are clicking on the way you want to change. So when you bring something here, it will show you different components that you can change. Some item, you cannot change more than one. But this one, you can change this. You can change, they are separate. This is separate from this. These are all the components that you have in this table. So it means that this is separate from this. You get? This is separate too. This is a separate item. This is a separate item. All these things are separated. So if I click on this one now, this one item, I can change. I can say I want to change this one to red. For example, it will change. Now, if I want to change this center one too, if I want to change it to whatever. Sorry, it was that center one I was clicking on. That's why it changed. Or another way you do this thing, you can just drag and drop. You can just drag like this and drop on that thing. That thing will change to that color. So you pick another one too and drag and drop on this. It will change to that color. So this one is still this. So you just pick whatever you want to change to. Pick this. Whatever you pick and you change, it will change to that thing. You see? So let me just pick something that looks nice. This one too. Let me change it to this. This, change it to this. So you can change the material of any item. Can you see that one has changed? Let me even make it this or two. So let me tell you guys what we call material brush. Let me use it in the main. Okay, I can use it here. Let me use it here first. Material brush is when you already have an existing material on an item and you want to move that material to another item. You can use material brush. So if I put material brush now, I can change everything here to this finish. I can say I will just click on this and match it on this. You get? So I can click on this material brush. Click on the source object, then click on where I want to put it. It will change. And you can do that you can also do that here. Is it changing? This to this. Yeah. So because of the way the design is, that's why the patterns are looking different. But let me just done. So let me now do it here. The material brush is also here. You can pick material brush. You can maybe you want this door. I don't think this door is original. Let me say maybe for example this door, the way this door is, you want the table to look like that. Table 2 will change. This will change. So that the door is looking like the table. The table is looking like the door. So that's match property. It's under toolkits. It's under toolkit. That's match property. So you can match. So for example, even these chairs, you can match property. Maybe you want the floor, anything. Maybe you want the wall. You want this wall. You want the chair, all of the chair to be red. You can make it anything you want to do. You can match property. Those are materials. You can this material. You can say I want this leather to be on this screen. I want this table to be on this mouse. That's match property. You can do that. That's editing of material. That can be done. And once that is done, you can now do what we call a perspective view. You get? You can do what we call perspective view, where you now start snapping pictures of different angles. So you can now say, oh, now if you take an angle like this, it might not be interesting. So that's where you now begin to, your camera's keys. Someone like Bolu now has those keys. So now begin to say, which angle is perfect? You now begin to move your mouse, looking for the perfect angle until you get an angle that you like based on your camera's keys. You can move back again. This is you. This thing that you are seeing here is you standing. So you can keep on moving until you get a space that you like. So when you get a thing that you like, now where this red line and this green line meets, it's like your normal eye. So this is like when you hold your phone like this, When you hold your phone like this, that's where the green line and the white line meet. You know, when you move your phone like this, it's a different. When you move like this, it's a different view. You know, you can stay like this and move down and move up. That is what I'm doing here. Let me do like this. When you open your camera like this and I move up, I move down. I want to do that now. That's what I'm going to do now. I move down, I move up, but my camera is still standing in the same position, which is that green. But if I do like this, let me do that now. I'll go like this. If I go down, if I go down, I want to even change the screen here. If I go down, this is down. This is up rather, and this is down. I'm going down. But I'm not moving. I'm still in the same place. I'm just doing like this, Once I move like this, I'll come here to move this down, like this. I'll come here and go down. I want to go up again, I'll go up. So this is just camera that you are, and this is what makes 3D interesting, like, because the ability to capture an angle that will interest your client or make your client understand what is going on in the space is a skill that we all have to develop, especially if we are not camera person like Bolu. We have to all develop that skill. Yes, we have to start seeing that, okay, let me take this angle will be better, because you might have a very nice job and in live 3D. If you don't take a very good angle, your clients will not appreciate what you have done. So it's like taking pictures. That's what you are doing in this place. After you have done all your work, you come to picture and video. That's how we got here. Click on picture and video, you come here. There are other features here, but I will not explain today. But this is one of the best views. So once that, if I like this view, maybe I want to show my clients how under the table we look. That's how I pay. When I'm done, I'll just click generate. It will generate the react. Or if I don't want to render, if I'm not using Pro, I can screenshot this from my computer and send to my clients. You can screenshot. I always tell you guys about using the sniping tool that everybody has. Sniping tool can do that for you. You click on the sniping tool and you open and you just screenshot. Just when you open this, you click on plus and you click this and you can send this to a client from your WhatsApp. Or you can save. You can just save it. You can save or you copy and paste on somebody's WhatsApp. You can send this to a client without rendering, for them to just have a feel of how that will look. So once you have done this, once you have gotten a view, that's where I'm going. Once you have a view that you like, maybe you like this view, you will save it. You come here and say save angle. It will be there forever. You can always make reference to it. So you can have like 30 angles for a single room, depending on what you are doing. But I always tell my client that they will get a minimum of 4 angles, so they can have a. So you can stay here. So why I've stayed now is here. I stood here. That's what I did. I stood here and I snapped. That's what I did. I can go here again. I can go here again and snap another angle. I can go here again and snap here. I can go here again and snap here. You can do all of that here. As you are snapping, so I can come here again and say, I want to stay here. Let me come here again. This is me standing. I can come here and now I'm standing. I'm even standing in that corner. Let me stand in front of. I'll come here again. This is you. This thing is you. You have to move with your mouse. I'm coming outside. That's why you're showing me outside. So I'll go inside again. I'm standing outside. Let me go in. So I'm in now. I'm from the door entrance. You see that I'm down. Now if I want to go up, I can just move this thing up. I'm moving up. See me here. I'm standing here now. This is where I'm standing. I'm watching. I can snap. If I like that angle, I'll click on save angle. Can you see? Save angle. Right? It will save. So I have 2 angles I've saved now. I can go again. Go another corner again. Maybe I want to stand here. That's behind Fumi. I stand behind her. I like this angle again. I save it again. So I can have so many angles and save. You go and drag and drop lights and you start putting them on it just to give that impression. But once you drag lights and drop, it moves you to what we call ceiling plan. So the ceiling plan is here though, on your floor plan is here. But even though the ceiling plan is here, right, where you put your lights. But even though you don't go there, if you go your floor plan, once you come to light, it will automatically go to that place. Let me go to lights, for example. Let me pick, let me just pick a chandelier and drag one of them. I'll drag one of them and drop. Let me go back to floor plan. I'm coming.
There's another question I'll ask the
Okay. Let me go back to floor plan and pick one of these lights. Maybe let me pick this light. Let me pick one nice light. Okay, let me pick this light, for example. Once I pick this light now, it will go to the ceiling. Who is the owner of this? It will go to the ceiling. When I pick this, it will go to the ceiling straight. It's 3K. It's 3K. So when I put it here, it will go to the ceiling straight. Can you see? I didn't go ceiling. No. Let me go to the floor plan. This is the floor plan, Abi. Once I pick this light and come here, it will go to the ceiling straight. Because the light can only be dropped in the ceiling. So just drop it wherever you want to drop it. And you can see it here. It's already here in the ceiling.
How did you, the red wall, is it the brush used?
No, I go and pick paint. It's paint I picked. I just put, it's paint. The red wall, Abi, it's paint. But if I want to make that red wall to come to any other place, I have to use the brush if I want to match it. But it's paint, and paint is here on your finishes. Finishes is here. Paint. And if you want to make one wall to have a paint, you press Control. Because if you go and pick paint and press on the wall, all the wall will take that color. But if you just want one wall, you have to press Control. You saw it, Abi? Thank you for always referring me to the recorded video. Yeah, so you can see the ceiling, the light is there. And you can put spotlight. Maybe you want to put spotlight. You can just go and put, let me go back to lights. All those round, small lights. You go back to light. They call them down lights here. This way it's called. It's called down light here. Spotlight is different. Spotlight is different kind of light. But the one that we call spotlight, they call it down light here. So it's down light. So you see those spotlight is a bit bigger. It's more. It's not this round. So these are the spotlights. So you can just pick anything and start arranging, start duplicating. And when you render, it will have those lights will come out. But that's not what is really illuminating the space. The light that is coming from here, some are natural, some are from the sun, some are, you get, auto-generated. So you can have those small spotlights. You can have it here. You can have it here.
By selecting one, we need distribute.
No, you'll be the one to arrange and be copying, and you distribute it wherever you want to put it. And you have, so you can see, you have it here. So let's check what we have rendered before. When you render, it will be here on gallery. So you can see the 3 views I saved, they are still here. Now I've gone out of this one and I came back again. They are still here. Those 3 views are still here. If I have saved 10 views, they will still be here. So maybe in case I go back again, for example, this work, I have not finished this work. Maybe I think come again and go and put one AC here, I put one body, I put TV, I put a lot of things. When I come back again, I will still meet these views. They will still be there.
With the added item.
With the added item, they will be there. Any adjustment I do, they will be there. For example, let me just quickly go and put a TV on that wall. Let me put a TV I want to put a TV on the red wall. I go back, I close, I go back. Then let me go look for TV. Let me just type TV so I'm not... so let me just put a TV on that wall. So when I go back, you see that TV will be there. Yeah, it will be reflected on because it's the same. So because once you save, it takes a lot of time to save. When you save that camera setting that I did, it's a lot of. You have to take your time to do those things. When you have done it once, you have done it. You have picked all. It means you have picked all the angles that you want to share with your clients, depending on what you are trying to project for them to see. So let me just look for one. Let me just look for one TV, whatever, and just put somewhere. Okay, let me just put this here. This is not looking neat really, but let me just put it for the purpose of. So, let me now come to video and perspective. So, let's render this one. So if you want to render, just click on generating. In my subsequent classes, or if you join me on Wednesday 8 p.m., I can go further on all of these things, but I think I've been able to lay a good foundation for Kuom. But if you have any question, you can still ask me. Generate. I want to render now, which you can only do if you are using Pro. This one doesn't render on the system. It renders in cloud. All this thing that is happening now is not happening with your system's engine. That's one of the things that these guys have done that made them very, very relevant. And it can be done in a very short time. You can see now, just less than 5 minutes now, we'll be done rendering these 3 views. If my client tell me, if my client say, I don't want the table to be brown, please can you make it black for me and let me see how it will look like, I will do it for my clients in a short time. This is just a basic thing that both of us have just done here. So you don't need to be, they can have a feel of how their space will look like. Whether this is rendered, or even this too is also passing a message across. This one that is not rendered, it's also passing a message across.
So that one that you sent that looks like a video, that will show you. You do it through.
The video, yes, the video. There are video templates, which I may not want to go into that now, but we can always do that subsequently. So it's video template. So and it's already is what the major work you do when you are designing is all of this work that we are doing, arranging your, make sure your measurement is correct, pick the item that you want to pick, place them very well, all of these things. Once you are done with all of this, all of that work is done by the computer. The video is generated by the computer. You just pick your settings. It will start generating videos of the space, showing you how the thing will look like. So these things are visual that we use to convince clients and make them. So it helps in decision making. It helps you to make a decision quickly, because when you see what your space will look like, by my own experience, I've learned that clients even make decision quicker when they see some of these things. Like they might not have an idea what they want to do in the space. But once you just present one of these to them, that's when they will not be having this and say, oh, so this place can be like, oh, I think we should have like an artwork on this wall. They will not be having an idea that they don't have before about the space when you show them this. You get what I'm trying to say? These things happen when you have even executed a project, when they have now brought it. If you don't do this and you now maybe supply the furniture, they will now say, oh, this is how this thing will turn out. I don't think I like it. Oh, I think we need to. I think we need to put something here. But if you send this to them, they will have started making all the correction they need to make. Because they will have seen what will happen. They say, no, I don't think I like this space. I don't want this space to be like this. Can you please don't put anything there, please? Because if you've shown them a preview, which could have happened when you have even finished the job. But without even doing the job, you have shown them a feel of how the space can look like. And they can quickly make a decision and say, I don't think I want to do this again. Please, don't let us put it there again. Just remove it. You get? So that decision making, it helps a whole lot. For both you and both your clients, will be on the same page. Ideally, in an ideal situation, which we don't always have, it's always good to have finished everything. Like you have agreed on anything that you want to do on design, on paper, before you start doing anything. Don't do anything in execution without first seeing it in paper. In an ideal situation, you should not do anything that you have not done. I say it's an ideal situation, no. But that ideal situation is always the best. Because there will not be any story. It's what you get, it's what you ask for that you get. And if you don't like it, you pay for it, you will be responsible for it. You can't come and hold me and say, you are the one that decided I've showed you what it will look like, and you say you like it. So why are you not changing your mind again? So, welcome to the world of 3D visualization using this Chrome.